In this thrilling episode of Dark Historia, we unravel the mystery behind an era of atomic power with J. Robert Oppenheimer's incredible journey from a chain-smoking physicist with mystic interests to an unexpected head of the Manhattan Project. Discover how his brilliance shaped the atomic bomb during World War II as science clashed with conscience. Step into history at the Los Alamos Lab, where Little Boy and Fat Man were born, reshaping the world forever. Witness the blinding Trinity test and the aftermath in Hiroshima and Nagasaki as Oppenheimer grapples with his moral choices. He wasn't the most obvious choice to head a secret government weapons program. J. Robert Oppenheimer, a thin physicist who smoked a lot and had an interest in mystical beliefs and left-wing politics, joined what became the Manhattan Project after President Franklin D. Roosevelt approved the plan to create an atomic bomb just 2 months before the U.S. entered World War II in September 1941. Part of a group of American and European scientists tasked with working out the sequence of events that would lead to the successful detonation of an atomic weapon, Oppenheimer impressed with the way he threw himself into the tasks with relish. When it came time to set up the Manhattan Project in June 1942, its leader, Brigadier General Leslie R. Groves of the United States Army, picked Oppenheimer to be the head of the project's secret weapons laboratory. Many were surprised. Oppenheimer had no previous history of leading large projects. His lack of a Nobel Prize was also concerning. The project would be drawing together some of the greatest American and European minds. Would they be happy working under a man who had not been recognized with the top prize in his field? Oppenheimer turned out to be the perfect fit for the job. Groves saw qualities in him that others had missed: an understanding of how to make an atomic bomb, a lot of knowledge, and a strong determination to finish the project. In September 1942, Groves chose Oppenheimer to be the main scientist. Just like Groves had predicted, Oppenheimer worked hard until the project succeeded. Groves and Oppenheimer quickly came to the conclusion that they needed a centralized secret location to house the facility that would research, build, and test the bomb. Having a fondness for the heat and isolation of the New Mexico desert after convalescing there from a bout of TB before the war, Oppenheimer suggested buying a boys' private school near the city of Santa Fe. Groves agreed, and the Los Alamos Ranch School became the Los Alamos Laboratory, which would soon become a sprawling complex in the desert that would grow from a handful of scientists in early 1943 to over 6,000 in 1945. The aim of the project was to harness the power of nuclear fission to create a weapon of unprecedented destructive capabilities. Fears that the Germans were also aiming to create an atomic bomb meant that it was of the utmost importance and urgency that the Allies got there first. Enormous amounts of money were plowed into the project, $2 billion in total, or the equivalent of $24 billion today. Headquartered in Manhattan, hence the name, the project was spread across 3 sites: Oppenheimer's Los Alamos Laboratory, which focused on bomb design, construction, and testing; Hanford in Washington, which was responsible for plutonium production; and Oak Ridge in Tennessee, which focused on uranium enrichment. The scientists working at Los Alamos successfully created 2 types of bomb: Little Boy, which used uranium-235, and Fat Man, which used plutonium-239. Testing of the second type of these weapons was codenamed Trinity. As the time ticked down to the detonation of the bomb, the Italian-American physicist Enrico Fermi jokingly took bets that the explosion would set fire to the Earth's atmosphere and destroy all life. How he planned to collect on this bet has, sadly, been lost to history.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Trinity successfully detonated at 5:29 a.m. on 16 July 1945. Upon witnessing the largest man-made explosion the world had ever seen, a passage from the Hindu Bhagavad Gita sprung to Oppenheimer's mind. If the radiance of 1,000 suns were to burst at once into the sky, that would be like the splendor of the Mighty One. After the test, Oppenheimer was exuberant, even expressing the view that it was a shame that the bomb had not been delivered in time to be used on Nazi Germany. However, after the bomb was used first on the city of Hiroshima on 6 August and then on Nagasaki 3 days later, Oppenheimer had a very swift change of heart. He and his colleagues could not see why the bombing of Nagasaki had been necessary, and he traveled to Washington to deliver a letter to the U.S. Secretary of War. In his letter, Oppenheimer expressed his horror at the use of the bomb on Nagasaki and said that he wished to see all nuclear weapons banned. Granted an audience with President Harry Truman in October 1945, Oppenheimer went further. He told the president that he felt he had blood on his hands. This infuriated Truman, who told his Undersecretary of State that he never wanted to see that son of a in this office ever again. Oppenheimer's war was over. The genie he unleashed was well and truly out of its bottle. Japan surrendered on 11 August 1945, bringing an end to the most destructive conflict in human history, a top-secret project right up until the moment the first atomic bomb exploded over Hiroshima. Oppenheimer quickly became a national hero, gracing the covers of Time and Life magazines. After the war, Oppenheimer became a critic of nuclear proliferation and a very vocal opponent of the hydrogen bomb, even being questioned by J. Edgar Hoover's notorious House Un-American Activities Committee in 1949 over his pro-war communist leanings. As a result, Oppenheimer's security clearance was revoked in 1954, bringing an end to his career as a government scientist. His warnings about developing the hugely more destructive hydrogen bomb went unheeded. On 1 November 1951, the United States successfully tested the world's first thermonuclear device. The British followed suit in 1952 and the Soviets in 1955. A nuclear arms race followed, and the world would never be the same again. Oppenheimer lived out the rest of his life lecturing throughout Europe and Japan. In 1957, he was awarded France's highest honor, the Legion of Honor, and he was elected a member of the prestigious Royal Society of Great Britain in 1962. Rehabilitation in his homeland came in 1963, when President Kennedy awarded him the Enrico Fermi Award for International Achievement in Science. The award, alongside a $50,000 tax-free stipend, was presented to him by President Lyndon Johnson following Kennedy's assassination in 1963. A lifelong chain smoker, Oppenheimer was diagnosed with throat cancer in 1965. He died on 15 February 1967 at the age of 62. As we revisit the pages of history, Oppenheimer's story prompts us to navigate the fine line between scientific advancement and its potential repercussions. It encourages us to reflect on the enduring interplay between intellect and ethics, ensuring that as we forge ahead, we do so with a mindfulness that the implications of our discoveries may echo through time. If you found this exploration of Oppenheimer's journey intriguing, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support inspires us to further explore the mysteries of history's intricate narratives. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.